Hello, everybody. Daddy here, back again with a another team builder with a new co-host this week. I'm going to try to feature somebody different every week. So this week I'm facing off against Bohm, and I have with me a draft league legend, the holder of many championship titles. And fun fact, me and my co-host Tay actually played in a league together before VBL, which was my first draft league. Do you remember that one, Tay?
Yeah, I faintly remember it.
Yeah, I forget what it was called, but they like disbanded right after that first season, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was also it was the first draft league I actually finished.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we both made playoffs too, but I lost round one. I'm not sure what you did.
I think I lost in the semis.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a good
This is
intro.
this
Like everybody in there was pretty cool, but it's nothing like our league now, obviously.
yeah, and it was also before I was good at Pokemon, so
Yeah. And now like okay, so I wanted to ask you this. How are you able to win so consistently in a game like this? Like what's the
uh
key to your success, I guess?
I don't know. I'm just good at video games.
Yeah, this is different though because I think I'm good at video games, but this one's different. This is more like it's like chess. It's like 4D chess, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like chess but with more variables.
Yeah. So I mean it's just I don't know, it's just really cool to see like and not to like compare us in terms of skill and ability, but I always enjoy your drafts because I feel like they're kind of a similar style to the way that I draft. Have you noticed that too, or is that just me?
Uh okay, I really did like the BDSP format draft. I really liked your draft. That I think you definitely had the best draft that season, and like nobody else in the server liked it, which is weird.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I thought my draft was really good. Like it was just so wide and had so many things it can do. And I feel like a lot of your teams that you draft are built kind of similar to that one.
Yeah, and after like helping you build with your team, uh, today, like I like your draft a lot more. It's got a lot of options.
Yeah, that I mean that was kind of what I was going for. Like the BDSP format had a lot of like surprise factor, and in this draft maybe not quite as much, but I have a lot of like bulky attackers that can also fill that support role kind of thing. So I like this team a lot. I put myself first on the tier list, and I meant it. But as I look more at some of the other teams, I'm like, okay, there are some other really great teams too. Um, but yeah, I like this team a lot personally. Um, so let's jump into it. So I'll go over quickly the team that I kind of built. Talked to Steve about it a little bit too, and then Tay and I jumped on a call and we reviewed it together and made a couple little changes. Talked about some things that we thought Bohm was going to bring. Bohm has a very interesting team. And it made me a little bit nervous because I didn't really know what to expect from him. It doesn't look that great on paper, but Bohm's a great coach, and I knew he was going to bring something that would surprise me. So Trick Room looked really good this week. So Glover here, Dusknoir was going to be one of my keys to success, I think. So one of the suggestions Tay had was to throw Mental Herb on there. I had a Heal Berry, which really wasn't doing anything. So I think Mental Herb was a good choice to make sure that we can get that Trick Room set up. Poltergeist does really big damage into his team. Rock Slide has a lot of rock weaknesses, including Shedinja, so just being able to hit that with a spread move because he's got a lot of ally switch. I felt like he might bring something like that too. Galizapod, I've said it before, I'll say it again, 6 points was not enough for this thing. It's too strong, it's too bulky. So I really like to bring this thing in matchups where it looks like it's pretty strong. And Bug and Water look pretty strong into Bohm's team as a combination. Sucker Punch just to hit that Shedinja if we needed to, and to get another priority attack. Morgrim is another one that I thought would be really big this week. Fake Out. The only fake out on his team is Sneasel. So bringing my own felt pretty good. Foul Play looked good into his team, really high on the attack side. and then Taunt to make sure that he couldn't imprison my Trick Room, and Reflect again to help with all of his really strong attackers. Magnezone looked really good into this matchup. Not a lot of ground moves on his team, not a lot of coverage to take out Magnezone. Also has the Air Balloon and Sturdy, and this thing is doing big damage to basically everything on his team with Thunderbolt and Flash Cannon. Fault Switch to get out if I need to get out. Sylveon, sorry, go ahead.
The biggest thing about Magnezone is it walls his biggest threat, which is Klang. Gotta deal with the Klang.
Yeah, and if Klang came this week, didn't you say you would like eat your shoe on camera or something like that? Am I misquoting you?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Okay. We'll have to see. Again, Tay hasn't seen the replays yet. So Bohm and I played earlier. We're going to watch together, and Tay's going to kind of take over the commentary. Just to get through the last two, Sylveon, the best fairy, definitely the best attacking, offensive fairy. We have Reflect to support it. We have Fake Out to support it. We have Throat Spray to really get the offense rolling. Mystical Fire to help with Shedinja, and of course the ever dangerous Klang. And then Hyper Beam, +1 Hyper Beam is decimating everything on his team other than Klang, which I was really worried about, and Tay was not very worried about. So to fill out the roster, I got Gex here. Okay, so I got the Dragonite. Dual Wing Beat is going to scare away Virizion. You just can't bring Virizion when Dragonite exists. We had Tauros on here, Tay. Do you want to talk about that real quick before I get into this?
Yeah, so by the end of the team building session, it was like a toss up for me whether to bring Dragonite or Tauros. Because they both have different values for team preview. Dragonite threatens the Virizion in team preview, but Tauros threatens other stuff his Frailmons that just die to Sheer Force body slam, and it would force him to bring fast stuff to deal with Tauros or Braviary, because he might think it's Intimidate in team preview, something like that. But I think going with Dragonite is also a good choice because it keeps Virizion on the bench, at least in game one.
Yeah, and as I was looking at the matchup into the rest of my team, Virizion was one of the mons that was kind of scaring me. Klang first, Virizion second, distant second. So I decided to throw the Dragonite on there. With multi-scale, it's living a lot of things. It's still going to die to Sneasel, but Life Orb, Draco Meteor from Kingdra is not killing it. So this thing's really hard to kill with multi-scale. Dual Wing Beat threatens Virizion, which I really didn't want to see. A lot of rock weaknesses on his team, so I threw Stone Edge on there. Dragonite, I didn't really plan on bringing it this week. It was more to kind of keep certain threats on Bohm's team off the field that I didn't particularly want to see. So we ready to jump into the games?
Yep.
All right. So here we go. Game one, and get sorry.
I think you're gonna stream it to me, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to do that. We'll cut this out and post. I'll have my assistant cut this part out.
All right, good.
Yeah, give me a second here. I can't believe I forgot to do that. All right, you see it?
You have your unpaid interns working VBLS.
That's right.
YouTube videos.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. You can see everything. We're good to go?
Yep.
All right. Game one. Get your shoe ready because there's the Klang.
Oh, no.
So.
He actually brought it.
He actually brought the Klang. And also in prep.
And no Virizion.
And no Virizion. In prep, I thought he had a different Lycanroc for some reason.
Oh, yeah. I thought he had a different Lycanroc too.
Yeah. So it's, I'm thinking when I see this, uh-oh, but it's not the end of the world. I kind of knew the Sneasel was coming. Rapidash is another one that we talked about that was probably going to be big for him this week.
Hmm.
I see the Rapidash and the Swoobat, and I'm thinking maybe Imprison Trick Room. So I'm going to kind of hand it over to you from here. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this.
Yeah, so I think the Klang is just there for Sylveon. Like, I don't see any other reason why he would bring it. Um, Also, like you said, I thought that was the good Lycanroc, the one that has Excel Rock, but this one doesn't. So, uh, it's it's gonna be a lot worse against Golisopod because it doesn't have that priority move, and I think I think Magnezone does really well here. He didn't bring the he didn't bring the Virizion, so he doesn't have much that threatens Magnezone. I think um like obviously Rapidash has a high horsepower, but you have the air balloon and under Trick Room, if Magnezone's under Trick Room, you just Oko almost everything that he brought here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw it. I'm like, Trick Room looks great. We have ways to get it set up with the Mental Herb and Fake Out.
Yep.
Rapidash is threatening, but Magnezone and Trick Room looked really strong to me. So let's
Yeah,
jump
I
in.
think you just go with your Trick Room lead and try to stop like Imprison from going up.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Let's see if the Clang makes an appearance.
Okay, well, Sneasel
Music's too loud.
Rapidash. And yeah, your planned Trick Room lead. It's a
Now,
Life Orb.
is Anticipation really the best ability that Rapidash can bring?
I think so.
That sucks.
The Fairy Rapidash has like really bad abilities.
That's really
I think
sad.
its other ability is like it heals poison or something. Like
Yeah.
if your teammate gets poisoned, it heals. That's it. It's so bad.
If it had a better ability, I feel like it could actually be pretty strong, especially in this format.
Yeah. Hey, at least he knows now that you have a ghost move on your ghost ball.
Yeah, shocking. All right, here we go. So, turn one.
But yeah, the Frisk shows Life Orb, which means it does not have Imprison if it's running Life Orb as a offensive set.
Yeah,
That's my first thought.
Frisk felt really valuable here because it also reveals that the Rapidash is not sashed, which,
Hmm.
you know, you could definitely consider running that too, especially if you're trying to run Imprison Trick Room, but get a lot of information here at the beginning.
Yep.
So, here we go. Turn one.
Yep. Fake out. And the Mental Herb comes in clutch. Okay, so you went for the KO, not for Trick Room.
I did. Um, you know, I I am not sure why, but I was like, I can take the kill right now. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe it wasn't the right play, but
Yeah,
it's
we'll see. We'll see if it's the right play or not. But I think you did get rid of its like his biggest damage dealer, because Rapidash with Life Orb is probably the only thing threatening Magnezone right now. I'd say.
yeah. And what I was kind of worried about was getting a fake out into my fake out, right?
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
I was kind of worried about eating the fake out and then him getting off his imprison, and then I used trick room and just waste a turn. So I was like, I was kind of planning for fake out to come into Morgrim, and then I'm not gonna be able to get trick room anyway, or I might not be able to, right? So I'm like, well, let's go for the KO.
Yeah, that's a fair play to make. You didn't want to risk any imprison going on, so just get the kill and you can go from turn two now.
All right. Look what
And he brings out the clay.
look what comes out.
He actually brought it not only to team preview but to the actual game.
So of course, the only thing I would have to worry about with Klang is if it gets somehow set up on me. So I'm taunting that thing.
Yeah, no reason not to taunt it.
Yeah.
It's not doing any damage to what you got here.
So I know I have a feeling the taunt's coming out again, so just start chipping away.
Reflect is good. Oh, he has Screech on Sneasel. And the crit. Okay.
So
But
now without the
I think
screech, I might live that. So that's a good play, I think.
yeah, that's a good play. Screech is a good bring, especially for Klang, because Klang's offenses are really bad. So
Yeah.
Screech helps that out. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for Morgrim to die there because it did everything it needed to. It got the fake out, it got the taunt, and the reflect. And then now you get the free switch into like Magna Zone.
Yeah,
To
and right, not much else it's going to do, especially facing down with these two. Foul play is not doing a whole lot of damage. So,
yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, with the Klang taunted, Magnazone looks really good to me here.
Yeah, and you got the reflect set up with two physical mons. Looks really good. He misses the oh, that might have mattered. Because if he breaks the air balloon and Lycanroc has a ground move, it could KO.
Yeah, definitely could have mattered. I mean, Gear Grind is what, 85% accurate? God, Klang sucks.
Yeah.
It's not
But
right.
hey, I did call the Gear miss.
Yeah, true, you did. That's true.
Okay, I guess he's going for a flinch now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was either going for a flinch or maybe hoping I would switch maybe Sylveon in or something, but it kind of feels like I'm in control at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with the taunt over, you can go back into Trick Room if you wanted.
Yeah, so at this point, what I'm kind of thinking is I haven't revealed Trick Room yet. Does he know that I have it? Probably. Why else would I have Mental Herb? But I'm like, well, save a little information. Maybe he just thinks I have Wisp and Protect. Maybe I don't know. So I figured I would save
Fair
it.
enough. I guess if you're already in the winning position.
Yeah, there's at this point, there's no way he's coming back. Thunderbolt's doing a huge chunk, and then Sylveon in the back with as long as they can get one move off, the game's pretty much sealed at this point.
Oh man, that does no damage. Poor Kling.
Yeah, so there's game one. I think the plan worked out pretty perfectly so far.
Yeah. You didn't even have to use Trick Room. You just like O-code his team, most of his team.
Yeah, he clearly had, some. He knew Trick Room was coming, so he had that taunt ready. But I feel like he has so many imprisoned Trick Room mons. I feel like he really needed to bring one of those.
Well, he
one.
still has the Zubat, so maybe that comes in game two.
Yeah, let's check it out. Here we go. So game two, you think Swoobat's leading?
Uh, okay, game two, I think he's gonna go more on the offensive with Sneasel since he knows you have the mental herb. He probably won't. He's not gonna taunt. He's gonna either fake out like whatever is next to the Dusknoir or just go straight for damage. But he doesn't. I don't think he has anything that can just OHKO your Dusknoir. So it's still a rough position for him.
Yeah, he. I feel like he has a team that's built to hit really hard, but the squad that he brought just kind of doesn't hit hard enough. Feels like.
Yeah, I think if he brought Zoroark, that would be a lot more threatening.
Right. Yeah, I was really expecting that to come too. We'll see. Here we go. Here's the lead. So we do get the Swoobat and the Klang again.
Yeah. So he's leading his setup. Oh, it's a Sylvest. So it doesn't even have Imprison.
Very interesting piece of information to get here. Frisk is
Yeah.
unbelievably good.
Frisk is such a good ability in draft.
Yeah, and then you of course see the Eviolite on the Klang. No surprise there. That's why the thing is so
Yeah.
bulky. It is bulky, but I mean it was at ×2 attack and still doing nothing to Dusknoir, so
Yeah.
not much of a threat. So here we go.
Yep. Fake out Subat. And Kling has ally switch. And Trick Room. And now I think you can just start spamming Poltergeist.
Yeah, once you see the assault vest on the Swoobat, it's kind of like, okay, well, here we go.
Yep. He can't protect. He can't. His only switching is Sneasel, but even then, it's not great.
Yeah, and he has ally switch, so the rock slide feels good because I don't know which slot to target, right?
Yeah, that's fair. And then you also get the flinch, so good choice there.
Now this is an interesting trick. So he's assuming maybe that Morgrim's going to stay in. I switch out into Magnezone, so I don't know. Even if he got the trick on a Morgrim, it doesn't feel like it's enough.
Oh wait, I didn't realize he's using Klutz with the Soul Vest.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot Suva had that ability.
Yeah, what
So
does
that was
Klutz
his
do
plan
for
to
the
stop Trick
viewers?
Room.
I know what Klutz does, but for the viewers, maybe you could tell them.
Klutz basically negates your item. So whatever item you're holding, it doesn't affect you.
And that's why he's able to use Trick. In case anybody else was
Yep.
wondering, I knew that, but you
So
know,
he can still use that as moves.
of course, yeah. So couldn't have
Which
said it better
means
myself.
yeah, which means his plan to stop Trick Room was to trick Assault Vest onto your Dusknoir.
Very interesting.
And yeah, you stopped it by faking it out. So
All right,
good play.
huge play. All right, here we go.
And then you gave him the air balloon.
So big crit.
Yeah.
Even without the crit, it's going to be enough damage to two shot, and I'm obviously
Oh yeah,
outspeeding in Trick Room. So
the crit didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like
so you get the shift gear. This is the only way that Klang is ever going to do any damage, and it still isn't going to do much.
ally switch and shift. Wait, what? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, ally switch and protect is an interesting one. You know, he thinks
I guess
I'm gonna
just stalling out Trick Room.
exactly. So he did a nice job of stalling out Trick Room for Klang.
I like how you say I hate ally switch, but you have ally switch
Yeah.
on Tusk.
All right, so here's the Rapidash. The only
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that's threatening Magnezone, really. And now we no longer have our air balloon.
Yep, but you still have protect, so you
Yeah.
can either protect or switch out to Morgrim
Yep.
for another fake out.
I could have done those things. But I choose to stay in.
Okay. You also have sturdy, so he'd have to double.
So I can't protect because I have Assault Vest.
Oh, right. I forgot. But he doesn't double, so
Yeah.
sturdy.
And he
And
says
switch.
it. I don't know if you'll see it on my screen, but he says that he forgot about Sturdy, and that was a big one to forget about. Poltergeist annihilates Rapidash.
Simple beam. Oh, I see. I see what he's going there with. I think his plan was to like simple beam at the Klang, and then make it a monster.
Yeah. Too little, too late at this point.
Yeah, I mean at this point it doesn't matter. Everything's so low HP, and you still have like full HP Sylveon in the back.
Which I did bring Sylveon in the back, and after game one, I kind of feel like maybe I shouldn't have. You know,
Hmm.
the only thing like Klang is built to kill Sylveon, right?
Yeah.
And it's super bulky, and he was boosting it the whole game. So maybe Sylveon wasn't the best bring in the back. Maybe Glycopod would have been better. I don't know.
I think I think it's tough because you didn't know the full move set of Kling. But like if there was a game three, then you could bring Glossopod because in game one he only revealed Gear Grind and Shift Gear, right?
Right.
So you could
And
still have
ally
like a
switch, right?
I don't know about Ally
I don't know if
Switch.
he did
I
in
think that
game
was
one.
game two.
Yeah, you're right.
So he could have had a electric move on Kling. So I
Mm-hmm.
think like knowing the moveset on Kling in game two, if there was a game three, then yeah, bringing Glossopod was the play for Sylveon.
Yeah, when I saw his team in team preview, I felt really good. Virizion scared me a little bit because I really didn't want to bring Dragonite into some of the other things that he had. His Rapidash was a threat in the matchup. I kind of thought it would be, and you can see with what he had here, he was using it as like a key offensive piece to shut down Magnezone, Dragonite, and Sylveon. So he was definitely
Yeah.
thinking about my core, especially with this mon here. Bohm also mentioned that he initially had a 252 special attack on Sneasel because it would do a big chunk to Dragonite with Icy Wind. So he told me that was a change
Hmm.
that he made shortly before the game. This Swoobat is a really cool set.
Yeah, I like the Swoobat set. It's uh it's a really good way of stopping Trick Room, but unfortunately you had like a good fake out mon and that same mon had a Prankster taunt, so
Yeah, it felt like maybe if he had planned his lead a little bit differently, I feel like Azelf might have been good for him in this matchup. I don't know. Kind of hard to say. I feel like it was a little tough for him this
yeah,
week.
I feel like he should have brought Zoroark. That might have been a better way to deal with Dusknoir.
Zoroark is one of those mons that like whenever you see somebody else has it, it scares you. But it seems like whenever somebody has it on their team, they're always kind of reluctant to bring it, right?
I guess it's kind of like hard to use because of its ability. So
Yeah, you want to have stuff that like they cover each other with their immunities, right?
yeah,
Get
so
a
like if
surprise
he had
nasty plot.
brought
Mm-hmm.
something like um something to bait like a prankster taunt from your end, like Azelf or something, and then you disguise that as Zorak, and then it doesn't get affected by the prankster stuff, so
Get a
it could
nasty
still
plot.
yeah, you could set up, you could do whatever with that.
Yeah. The Clang did come, and it kind of underwhelmed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, like it's his best answer to Sylveon, and then even then it's just bad.
Yeah, if its
It
move pool wasn't so horrendously bad,
yeah.
maybe. But
If it had if it just had a single move to hit Magnezone, I think this game would be very different.
yeah, absolutely. Well, good games to Bohm. Anything else from you, Tay, before we take off?
Uh, no, congrats on the win, and yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you, Tay, and thanks for joining me. I'm trying to get different people in here every week. I'll have your channel linked in the description below, so all 10 of my subscribers will be able to confirm that they are also subscribed to you, which I'm sure they are at this point. But yeah, you'll be in there. All right. Well, thanks again, man. And thanks everybody for watching. Take care, everybody.